What is happening, everyone? Welcome. Today is Wednesday. It's July 6th, 2022. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup. It's not really that cold. I don't know why I need the hood up. What's going on, John? How are you? It's rainy. It's kind of a cool, rainy day. Hey, Google, what's the temperature outside?
In Moortown, it's currently 64 degrees.
64 degrees. So that's not too cold for a morning. It's probably a little bit cooler than that, probably closer to 60 where I am, but it's a rainy, dreary day. Yesterday was also a rainy, dreary day, and I just kind of want to sit on the couch and cuddle up and drink coffee and not do the 10,000 emails that I need to get through today. There's a lot of emails. It's pretty much what my day is going to be. I'm going to do the books. I'm going to do email. Good morning, Nathan. Good morning, Mark, Dennis, Jenny, Stacy. Wow, look at everybody rolling in. Welcome, friends. Mark's in Maine. Hello from Maine. Hello to Maine. I'll be in Maine soon. And Dennis says, let's get out there and win this Wednesday. Good morning, Frank and Brian. Oh, everybody's here. Everybody's here. So guess what? I tried something. Didn't work. I figured, it's been a couple weeks of trash bags on my windows. Surely this bird has forgotten about my windows and its incessant need to attack them. So I can actually, see out my windows. And I thought, let's be logical about this. Let's just take down one of the trash bags. So I went out last night about 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30, untaped one of the trash bags, confirmed that the windows didn't shine or at all beacon to birds in this reflective way that would call them over. Went back inside. It was less than 15 minutes. Oh my God, bird. Now, by that time, it started raining a lot. And the idea of going back out in the rain, taping this bag back up in the rain, I thought, what if I just put the trash bag on the other side of the window? Maybe that'll help. And I didn't hear anything more from the bird overnight. But then at 4:40, he was back. So I'm going to have to put this back up. I don't want to spend the whole summer like this. I don't know what to do. Clearly, this bird has settled in somewhere. If anybody has an idea for a not inconvenient way of handling this, knowing that it's clearly a reflection thing, that also doesn't involve me spending significant amounts of money or time, I'm open. Just shoot me a message. Good morning, Gad. What else happened yesterday? Yesterday was a recording day and a fun recording day. So recorded 2 standard episodes and a third piece of an episode. I'm not going to tell you about this project. I don't even think we're going to talk about this project on Patreon because I'm going to think about that. We might. But Andrew was telling me about someone that he became acquainted with, and I said, oh, we should document that. And Andrew reached out. We have started documenting in interview form. This will be our first documentary. It will be probably a little longer than a standard episode, but it will have multiple pieces from multiple people. And if this goes well, we may do more of these. The idea of putting together audio documentaries is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. In fact, one of you in the chat, we did an initial conversation about a person, and it was going to be a big project. And it's too big of a project for us at this point. And I heard rumors that somebody else was doing it. So if that's the case, awesome, because it sounds like there are more resources going than we would be able to devote. Stacy says, rent 6 barn cats. I have a lot of birds, and this is the only one that's a problem. If I brought cats around here, they would go to town. Like it would be nuts. And the barn cats would probably get eaten by the variety of things that live in the woods. Oh, just kidding. I missed that. Brian says, light and noise warfare, bright light and a loudspeaker rigged to a remote. Wait for the wrapping and light it up. At this point, I am not confident that any kind of solution is going to make this bird leave. This bird is fully entrenched wherever it's staying, and it wants to be around. I continue to look for a nest that might be tied to this bird. I don't see it. I think the bird likes to hang out. I don't think it has a nest, at least not nearby. Frank listened to Mark's episode last night. I'm curious what you thought. We've gotten some wonderful feedback about that episode. You know, I'll let you guys in on a little something. It is not. It's not a secret that as we do what we do, we acquire like-minded individuals. You are all like-minded individuals. You listen to our shows, you read our books, you follow us on social media, you watch this show. You have a similar, or at least complementary, philosophical view of martial arts and what it is and means. And that's why you hang around. Andrew and I have started discussing how we might involve some of our guests in deeper ways when we find people who are also like-minded, which honestly is quite a few of them. Because we can't invite everybody to teach at Free Training Day. We can invite them to attend, but we can't get all of them there as much as we'd like to. And I just wonder what things look like as we build this larger and larger just group of people who love training and want to support other people who love training. What does that look like? I don't know, but it's kind of cool. Frank says it was a great episode. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Brian's suggestion is maybe to ask it to stop nicely or hear it out. Might have a valuable message beyond the patience of the gods trial it's enacting. I tried both of those early on. You know, they're and somebody, I think it might have been Stacy, even made mention. I don't know, remember if it was here or in a private message. This idea that birds, some believe that birds are, let's say, messages from beyond. It's like, okay, maybe I just need to hear what this bird needs to say. So I sat and I watched the bird and I tried to listen. And I got nothing. And the more I listened and the more I watched, the more I realized this is just a stupid bird that hates my windows. Anyway, so we recorded yesterday. What else did I do? I went to the gym briefly. Did some stuff around here, car stuff, cleaned up some stuff. Nothing too fancy. I need another vacation. I want to find a way to take 2 weeks off. I don't know that I can do it. I want to try. I don't know when I'll be able to do that. Maybe September. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Good morning, Karen. Brian says, last idea, leave it a map to the person who continues to be nasty to you at the gym. Like, you are here with a line that points to, you should be here. That's a brilliant idea. That is an absolutely wonderful idea. I don't know where that person lives. I'm sure I could find it. Small towns. I don't know that I trust a bird to follow a map. Isn't that an ironic statement? Birds can't follow maps, and yet they, especially the ones that fly south, they're pretty accurate with where they go at each end. It's remarkable. Birds are kind of cool. Just not this one. Jenny, when is the average lifespan of birds? I don't want to wait till this one dies. It's too long. One of the ideas I've had, so there are companies that make toy guns that they're like a step below airsoft. They hurt less. And I've thought about just kind of getting one of the most long range ones because it's going to hit the window. And just kind of hiding, and when the bird attacks the glass, just popping in a little bit and hoping that a physical deterrent might work. If I go near this window, I get shot. I should not go near this window. But it's like $100 setup. I don't want to spend $100 on a bird. I'm not quite sure what GAD means there. Is there anything else? I feel like I have so little to talk about. I'm still sore from going to Taekwondo last week because we did a bunch of ab wheels. And I have not done ab wheels in a very long time. And they hurt. I was at the gym last night and felt it. And I was like, oh, man, 6 days later, I'm still sore. Gad says the lifespan depends on geographical location and how many rifle owners live in its vicinity. This isn't something anybody's going to shoot. It's a little songbird. This is not the kind of toy gun that anybody's going to rent. I suppose I could buy it on Amazon and then send it back and return it, but just I don't like when people. I've lost so much money over the years, like probably $10,000 to people doing that to me on Amazon when we sold gear on Amazon. I'm not going to do that. Dennis is changing gears for us, which I appreciate. Mark's episode was fantastic. What struck me most, and to your point, Jeremy, is how like-minded many of us in this group are. You should always be learning from someone. Birds of a feather. Ha, 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 ha. See what I did there? Thanks. Kelly's asking what ab wheels are. You probably know what they are. It's a single wheel with handles, and most people would start on their knees and roll out and roll back, and you're using your core, and they're brutal. One could probably make those fairly inexpensively if you were going to do them in volume. But to buy them on Amazon, it's probably like $15. If you're going to buy a bunch of them, you could probably buy them on AliExpress for $5 if you bought a couple dozen. but they're a wonderful movement. The problem is it uses the abs in a way that most people don't use them. So it's easy to overdo it. Karen suggesting something like a windsock. Oh, we've tried all these things. None of the deterrent ideas have worked. This bird is obsessed. Frank says, shoot a paintball gun at it. That way, if you miss the window, it'll at least be less reflective. If I had hit this bird with a paintball, it would die. Paintball guns hurt. I've played paintball. Leads to bruises. But I gotta do something. I don't, at least I have light coming in my windows. That was the major objection, but it would still be nice to, see out them. Oh, somebody's in the driveway. Let me go out to the garage and look through the windows there, or let me look at the cameras from my phone. It's not the ideal solution. Kelly says, always looking for new ab core torture for the students. The number one ab movement for everyone are hollow rocks. The ability to do well with hollow rocks is, we talk about it in the strength program, in the force program. It's an absolute wonderful movement. And if you don't know what hollow rocks are, you can easily find videos for them. Anybody can learn them. Anybody can do them. Maybe not well, but anybody can do them. And I believe wholeheartedly that they are, for most people, the king of core exercises. All right. Well, thank you as always to Frank for providing us something else to talk about. It's Sylvester Stallone's birthday. Oh, and just another thank you to Josh Blum for our theme music. I'm trying to be better about remembering that. On this day in 1946, actor Sylvester Stallone was born. What does that make him? 76? He's 76 years old. Here's a quote from Balboa. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. And if you look that quote up as like a clip on YouTube, you can see it in the movie. It's Sylvester Stallone and it's Milo Ventimiglia who plays his son. And it is probably the most impassioned I've ever seen Sylvester Stallone in a film. And I think I've seen the movie 3 times. I've probably seen the clip of him with this very brief monologue, and it keeps going. I've probably seen that a dozen times. It still brings tears to my eyes to watch it. It is so powerful. And it's something I think we can all resonate with. Life is tough. Life kicks our butts. But we have to keep going because that's how it works. I like this view better. Stacy says, I've got to get back into the swing of things. Just went through a 2-month bout of sometimes crushing depression. This weekend was the first time feeling human again. Well, I'm glad to hear that. She follows up with, that Stallone quote is perfect for what I just typed. Sure is. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen Balboa, it's my favorite of the Rocky movies, which I'm sure to a lot of people is sacrilege, but I enjoy it. Number two, there's a natural law of karma that vindictive people who go out of their way to hurt others will end up broke and alone. Maybe. I try not to be vindictive. I try not to even think in that way, but there are times. There are a couple people right now that I wish they would learn from their mistakes. I wish they would put in the effort to be better people. It was not my job to show them that there's opportunities for growth. Neither are martial artists, of course. If they were, there might be some recourse. Coffee. Here's our last one. Dreams cost nothing. They're free. The hard part is just keeping them going. I read something. Where was this? It was a quote that was very similar to that. The idea that having the dream or the goal is not really that hard to do. Everybody wants these things. What is difficult is to continue to invest the energy into that goal or dream or whatever you want to call it. For many of us, I dare say even the vast majority of us, we move on to a new goal or a new dream. Where's the energy for this one? Oh, well, it didn't happen. It never happens right away. I think we've been conditioned in our culture, in Western culture, that things don't take a long time, and they do. And how many people look for shortcuts? And they look for secrets. They look for whatever will get them there faster, and they avoid putting in the work. And the irony is, in most cases, putting in the work is the fastest way. And it's the fastest, sure way to get where you're trying to go. The more you remove your energy from the effort in favor of looking for shortcuts, the longer it takes to get there, because there really aren't that many good shortcuts. Shortcuts, we think about it in terms of training, right? Like how many people are like, all right, I'm going to do this martial art and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to go here. And then on the weekend, I'm going to go do this. And they're trying to concoct some way to get magically better. Do you think nobody else has thought of that? If those things that you're trying to put together really were that much better of a method, there's a really good chance you wouldn't be the first person to do it, that it would be baked in to what we do. But one of the things that I find interesting about being human is we have, I don't want to phrase it. I think I'll call it an arrogance. That we have this belief that we are special. And that's a good thing. We need that. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't be able to make it through life. But I think one of the important things is realizing that even though we are special on an individual basis and to each other, we take a big step back and look across broad chunks of people, and especially across history in the world, we're really not. We're individuals. And it's very rare that one person makes a big change for other people. You change for yourself all you want. You should. But the number of people who make a change to the world is a pretty small number. So what do you do with that? You worry about you. It's something I say often when I'm teaching kids. You worry about you, My job is to worry about all of you. I don't need you to worry about what he's doing, what she's doing. I don't need you to worry about them back there doing the wrong thing. I've got this. Sometimes I have to say that to adults too. A little kinder about it. Take care, Karen. Karen's off to hang out with a bunch of dogs for the morning. Oh, I'm so jealous. You know, it's interesting. We go to class and we get hit. You know, sometimes gently, sometimes hard. And in the context of our martial arts training, we recognize that the discomfort, the stress, the anxiety, sometimes the pain makes us better. Yeah, there might be circumstances where things don't quite fit that statement, but majority of the time, if I go to class and I have a really good sparring class and I take a few shots, you know, I might leave with some bruises or maybe even some scrapes or small scratches. And I leave and I got better because of that. I either did things and I know they worked and so was confirming some training, or found opportunities to improve, usually both. But I come away from those punches and kicks feeling positive. I'm learning from them. They are making me better. But go back to that first, that bit of monologue from that movie about taking hits. I'm not going to put it back up on the screen. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. What if we applied the same strategy, philosophy to the shots life takes at us? Are they making us better? Yeah. Do we want the lessons? Not usually, but they're there. Might as well make the best of them. Think about the things that you did when you were younger, the shots that you took as a result of some of those actions, and you learned lessons and you stopped making those mistakes. So now you make different mistakes, hopefully more advanced mistakes, more refined mistakes. You continue to learn and you move forward. It's not easy. I'm not at all suggesting that this is easy. But I think it's something that if we take a look at what martial arts gives us, all the tools that we get to pull from our training to apply to life, I think this is the big one. This idea that it's not about you, it's about us. And the recognition that we're going to get knocked around, we're going to get jostled, we're going to get punched once in a while. But there is a lesson in every one of those shots. And we can either ignore it or we can try to learn from it. Doesn't mean it's going to hurt less. But the more we're willing to invest in learning from it, the less likely it's going to happen again. And I say all that to you because it's what I'm working on. It's what I need to continue to work on. And maybe that resonates for some of you. If you want to support us in our work here at Whistlekick to connect, educate, and entertain, you can join the Patreon, which continues to grow. And I thank all of you. Quite a few of you are members of the Patreon. Thank you for that. Start as little as $2 a month at patreon.com/whistlekick. You can also use the code FirstCup15 at whistlekick.com to get yourself something like a sweatshirt or gear. Yes, we have gear, or training programs, or what else is over there? You could clothe your entire body head to toe with the exception of underwear and socks. We're probably not going to do underwear. And the sock options we have are expensive and dumb. So pants, shoes, hats, shirts, sweatshirts. If you want the whole list. If you are family, go to the family page, whistlekick.com/family. If you have questions, comments, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/firstcupwithjeremy. You can also email me, jeremy@whistlekick.com. First Cup's the only martial arts morning show, as far as I know. And we air weekdays, 6:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. I'm trying to look at the come on. This thing is slow. Come on, open comments back up. There we go. Take care, Stacy. Thank you, Josh. All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I will see you back here tomorrow. We'll have another episode of Martial Arts Radio to talk about. Be well.